Hello, guys. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Hospitality Industry Past and Future event. I am Shay Haikal, your host today. This event is organized by the Hospitality and Tourism students, and it is supported by Segi College Subang Jaya. I hope you guys will enjoy today's event because it's going to be a pretty interesting event as it's about the past and future of hospitality industries. Thank you everyone for joining our event. Uh, let's have a great time together. While you guys have a great time together, I would like you guys to scan the QR code over there just to register for your e-certificate. You guys would like to join an event with something, right? So please do scan the QR code given over there. This event is also held for the Hospitality and Tourism Month with the tagline of Reimagine Hospitality, Redefine Future. Next. All right, so let's move to the rules and regulations of this event. So basically the do's of this event, if you have any inquiries, please do put in the chat and comments and I'll read it out if the questions is relatable to this event. As for the don'ts, please do not. You are refrain from commenting any inappropriate words in the comments. If we caught and seen any inappropriate comments, you guys will be kicked out from the live right away. And as you can see, this is our event itinerary. We're kind of behind schedule, but it's okay. We're gonna head to start because we'll be having an opening speech with Mr. Akmal Hafiz. We'll be having game sessions. We have some videos to play on around 3:45 to 3:50, sharing session with our guest speakers. And also we have Q&A sessions with the guest speakers. Other than that, we have a quiz later on and there will be prizes to win. So there will be winner announcements at the end of the event and we can end our session by then. All right, so I would like to introduce you guys to our officiator and also our guest speakers for today. Our officiator is none other than Mr. Akmal Hafiz, Deputy Head Hospitality and Tourism School, Segi College, Subang Jaya. And our guest speakers for today is Mr. Ali Yamin, former Assistant Transport Manager, Dusit Tani, Maldives. And also, we have Mr. Adam Shakir, Sales Manager, Maldives and Asia, Westin Maldives, Miriandu. All right, I would like to welcome our officiator today for his first speech. Welcome Mr. Akmal Hafiz, the Deputy Head, Hospitality and Tourism, Segi College, Subang Jaya. Hello, Mr. Akmal, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you? Are you
I'm,
Shekhar?
I'm fine. Proceed with your speech, please.
Okay. All right. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all the committee members and participants, to those who attend today's session. Okay, I'm Akmal Hafiz, Deputy Head of Hospitality and Tourism School, Segi College Subang Jaya. So with this month, we are still promoting our Hospitality and Tourism Month, which is our tagline: Reimagine Hospitality, Redefine Future. It is my great honor and pleasure to welcome all of you, okay, to this hospitality industry past and future event. Thank you so much to all the participants who joining us today and spending your much more time, okay, to give some input on the current situation of our hospitality industry. Okay, this event is held by our student. Of course, they are in the diploma in hotel management. Okay, taking the subject event and banquet management. Okay, so those who are interested to joining our program, so we have plenty of program or subject that encourage our student to become hands-on. Okay, one of it is a event and banquet management. In today event is conducted basically, I would like to extend the opportunity to appreciate to our guests. Actually, these our guests are well known when they are in studying in Segi College, so they are pursuing their career in their home country. So today we have Mr. Ali Yamin, which is a former assistant transport manager in Dusit Tani, Maldives, and also Mr. Adam Shakir, from sales manager Maldives and Asia Westin, Maldives Miriando. Okay, so hopefully with the exposure, okay, explanation on the current situation, okay, it will be much more appreciated by our students. Before I end my speech, I would like to say well done and congratulations to the organizing committee for successfully managing this event, which is beneficial for all the participants. It will give me a great pleasure to officiate this event. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
so much,
back
Mr.
to
Akmal.
Sheikh Haikal.
Thank you so much for the speech. It was pretty nice and good. Short and simple. All right, let's move on to the next slide, which is game time. The game is called You Know Me, Combine Me. So what you guys need to do in this game time? Basically, you guys have to combine two pictures and make it into one meaning. And you can also post your answers in the live chat comments. So this is basically using the system of first come, first serve. So if your answer is first, then and it's right, your answer will be right first. All of the answer is related to the position of hotel department. So you guys should be familiar with this if you're in the hotel management course, all right? You're given 15 seconds to answer each questions, maybe less. If you're nice to me, then it'll be longer then. All right, good luck. Let's move on to the first question. You have a house and a printer. Any ideas? What is it called? Any answers in the comments? Come on, time's ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. I basically don't really know the answer, but okay. Any answers coming in? I'll give another 7 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and what? The answer is housekeeping. Any of you guys got it right? Yeah, I guess there is. Oh, okay, there's only one. All right, it's okay. There'll be more after this. All right. Next picture. Anyone has any idea? Receptionist. Really? You sure it's receptionist? Come on, there's two pictures. Combine it, combine. Pandai Zira. Okay, memang pandai. Okay, come on. What's the answer? Reservation. Yeah, probably it's reservation. It could be receptionist. Come on. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, the answer is front office. Oh, you got one. All right, someone got it right. Congrats. All right. Next question. Oh, a picture of a food and a picture of drinks. What's the answer for this? Anybody has any idea what's the answer for this? Front office. Nah, we're up next to the next question. No more front office. Come on. Come on. F&B, food. Oh, okay. Food. Okay, any more answers? Any more? Keep spamming, guys. Come on, keep spamming. I'll give you another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, the answer is yes, food and beverage. Good, if you guys answer food and beverage. Come on, hospitality students, come on. All right, next up, we have another two pictures. It looks somewhat interesting. I don't really know what is that, but okay. Oh, the internet is slow. Yeah, I mean, everyone's using the internet since it's CMCO, MCO. I don't even know where we. Okay, okay. You have bar. Is it a bar? No, it doesn't look like a bar. What do you call that? What do you call that? Any answer? Operation manager. Is it operation manager? I don't think so. Okay. Go on, go on. Operation manager. Oh, is it operation manager? Oh my god. All right. It's okay. 7 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4. Come on, keep it coming. 3, 2, and 1. The answer is okay. Yes, operation manager. You guys got me. I don't even know what's the answer. All right. Thanks. Okay. So bonus question. We only have one picture for this, so I don't know what you guys want to answer, but what's the answer for this? Anyone has any idea? No, it's no more operation manager for this. No, no more. No more. Anyone? Anyone? COVID-19. Looks like bacteria, but is it COVID-19? I don't know. Keep the answer coming. COVID-19, bacteria. Oh, someone says bacteria. Okay. All right, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes, the answer is COVID-19, coronavirus. All right. Your ex. Okay, don't worry. Your ex. Wow. Game over. All right. So let's move on to the video session right now. Let's watch the video from Dusit Thani, Maldives. And there you have the video from the Sitani Maldives. All right, so what do you guys think of the video? I think it's rather beautiful, and the place is pretty cozy. You get to eat in the seaside. It's like pretty cozy place, you know. Like whenever you watch this video, you feel like you want to go holiday there. So what do you guys think about that video? Anything in the comments? Let me see. Oh, we have nice place. Oh, you say you're hungry. Grab some lunch. All right, so pretty. Wow, so luxury. Yeah, it's really luxury. I also think it's really luxury. All right, so without wasting any time, let's move on to our first guest speaker of the day, which is our first sharing session with Mr. Ali Yamin, former assistant transport manager, Dusit Thani, Maldives. Hello, Mr. Ali Yamin, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
All right, nice to meet you. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing
The
well. How are
top.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. You can proceed with your speech right now.
Sure. All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to speak at this event and to share my knowledge about the past and future of the hotel industry. So, moving on to the topic of today, let's first go back to the 15th century. The reason I'm going back to the 15th century is because this was the time which had a breakthrough in the industry. Like, for example, the 15th century England and France had a law that was enacted to keep a register, which is something very common today. Like, for example, when you first go to a hotel, the first thing you do is go to the reception. And what the receptionist does is get your basic information, either using your passport, your IC, or your driving license. They would take some form of identification from you. So this form of registry became common in the 15th century through a law. And just so we are clear, France was in fact the first country to enact this law. And later, this law was followed by England, which at that time had over 600 inns. So these inns are basically their version of hotels. You know, in the past, the concept of hotels were quite different to what we have today. And these inns were quite smaller in size. And I would say they were simple in nature too, with a limited number of rooms or um, what do you call this? A back end kitchen for the incoming visitors. And these inns also had another feature, and they were called staples. I think some of you might have heard about the term staples. These staples were the place where the horses of the incoming visitors were kept. And today, when you compare to the past, the modes of transportations have changed. In the past, horses were the main forms of transportation. But today, it's either cars, motorcycles, or buses. So this is the transformation we are seeing. We have gone from staples to car parks. So you see the difference from the past to today, right? In the ancient times, horses were the only mode of transportation. I mean, for long distances, and today it's a completely whole different story. And another interesting thing that I found about the 15th century was that this was the time when guidebooks for travelers were first introduced. I mean, um, when I say guidebooks, it's the form of travel books that you either find in flights, cars, bookshops, even the regular shops. You can still find some form of travel books. These travel books came from the 15th century. And today, if you want to find some information about a destination, the first thing you do is you either open up your mobile phone or even your computer, and just with a few clicks, you're able to get information about a specific place or even about a specific destination. You know, so that's why I think the 15th century was somewhat a revolutionary period in the 15th century. And with the Industrial Revolution, which I think started in 1760s, it facilitated the construction of hotels from mainland Europe to South America to North America to all over the world. So the most drastic change or the dramatic change happened in the mid 20th century. I'm talking about after 1950s. So this is when the whole landscape of the industry was changed by the technology. So the tourism industry slowly began to adopt several types of technologies. This included systems for reservations, for front office, housekeeping, and also introduction of new types of loyalty programs. So the 1990s was somewhat um, I would say, a digital period or a digital age for the hospitality industry. And now let's jump into the future. I think we have talked enough about the past. So thinking about the future, lately I think things have become quite unpredictable. And the reason for this is because of the current pandemic that we are having, where things have become so uncertain that it has become hard to predict what's going to happen even in the next day. Uh, some of the researchers recently have said that the industry might even take 3 or 4 more years to recover. So, which is quite a lot of time for the industry to recover. And uh, let's take an example of the Maldives. So, our economy is 60 or 70% dependent upon the revenue from the tourism industry. We as a country cannot survive unless we get revenue from the tourism industry. So that is the reason why so for this reason that our government decided to open up this economy somewhere around last year June, I think. So it's going to be almost a year, just in a few months that our economy has been opened up to tourists. So anyone from anywhere from the world can still visit us if you can. But uh, the issue with Malaysia is your borders are closed, unlike a lot of countries. So no international tourists are allowed, which means a lot of hotels are suffering for this reason. However, your government is also implementing new measures uh, for domestic tourism, which is also something good. I mean, at least with the domestic tourism, the industry can slowly, pick up from what it has lost. So, despite this, the experts have said that technology is the way forward. And soon it will also be impossible for the industry to operate without um, technology. I think you might have seen over the years how things have changed, even with your mobile phones or the device that you have at home. You can find the sort of differences each year it makes. And for the tourism industry, we have seen so much of changes from contactless payments to mobile check-ins to digital menus to all sorts of online programs. And this has become a norm overnight. So those hotels which were hesitant to, move forward with such technology before, they are now adopting these solutions because they understand that the taste and preferences of the consumers are changing. This is not the past. We're talking about the future, and automation is right now in the process in our industry. So now there is also a question that I think a lot of people would think: will machines replace humans in the future? Yes. Um, Partially, this statement uh, might make sense to you, but I don't think the industry will be completely replaced by machines. Some of the positions in the future probably will become obsolete, and some of the positions in front office and housekeeping might even merge together. But I think with AI becoming more common today, positions in housekeeping and maintenance, I think these are the two weakest areas that might affect the most. And I think robot-run hotels are not really the solution today. There should be some form of human factor because a machine cannot replace a human touch. It's just I would say that guests will experience things in a more digital way with a human touch. And as we continue to speak more about the future of the industry, I want to focus on two different areas. The first area is smart energy management. This is a concept I think you might have heard before. The smart energy management usually is about reducing the energy costs in a hotel. This is also something I remember in one of my degree classes. We discussed it with Mr. Hafiz, and at that time, Even he stressed the importance of this type of energy management system and how important this would be for the future of the industry. So even today, these smart energy management systems can reduce the hotel energy costs by 20%. And this means that it can generate some of the fastest payback periods in the industry. So in the end, hotels are all about saving cost. You know how important labor costs are for hotels, and this is the reason why many of the hotels they prefer not to employ too many people, but use the people they have for different positions. You know, a person in front office might also have to do some of the work that housekeeping is doing. Some of the hotels they do this. So this is an important area. I mean that hotels are focusing on because eventually it can also increase the resale value of these properties. And another important thing that I see today are somewhat related to smart guest experiences. And these smart guest experiences that I'm talking about mostly revolves around the applications that we have in our phones. For example, even if you want to check in, you're able to use your phone to check in or control some of the features in your room. For example, switching on your TV. Um, um, what else? The curtains. You know, there are some features in these hotels that you're able to control using these mobile devices. And some of the hotels in the US are now using Alexa. Might have heard about Alexa. So Alexa is a voice command system where they can use it to control your surroundings. So this is also something that can reduce both friction points and labor costs, and eventually continue. It will help them to predict and personalize several guest services in the future. And for this reason, I think technology would be the key area that many of the hotels would focus to reduce all sorts of costs in the future. So that's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ali Amin. So, I heard about Alexa actually. Alexa is pretty common right now, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It is, but it's mostly common in homes rather than hotels. But many of the hotels are now adopting this technology. But
Oh,
it's widely used in the U.S. and some other European countries.
I see. All right. It's not here in Malaysia yet, though.
It might soon in the future, you know.
All right. So we're gonna move on to your Q&A session, Mr. Ali Amin.
Sure.
All right. Any of you guys have any questions for Mr. Ali? If you don't have, I'll give away my question. All right. Let's start with my question first. How does your resort deal with the situation we face now? You know, with all this pandemic and stuff, is it easy to get like tourism from abroad or within the country?
I think the difference between the Maldives and the rest of the world is we opened up quite early in the pandemic. I mean, while the uh, rest of the world was closed, we opened up our economies based on the losses that we might incur in the future. Like I said before in my speech, our tourism industry is the main source of income for the country. 60% of the revenue comes from this industry. So we can't really afford to close our industry and stay home, you know. So that is why our government decided to open up, because since most of our islands are isolated, we can still use a system, have a self system to quarantine. And the guests who have a negative PCR test, they are able to come in and then stay in a resort without a mask or without having to quarantine. So there are some measures that have been taken care of.
Oh, so they can come to the resort without the mask as long as they are
Yes,
responsible and they maintain social distancing, right?
yes, exactly.
All right, got it. All right, we have another question here in the comments. It says, will your resort accept any students for internship in the near future?
Of course they would, but right now they're not taking any interns. But probably, I think it might be 8 or so months until they might accept an intern. But The thing with Dusit is they mostly bring interns from China because we get a lot of tourists from China. That is one of the biggest markets for Dusit Thani. And for this reason, many of the interns are from China. But even when I was studying in Segi, I applied for my internship to Dusit Thani Maldives. This is the place where I went for my internship. And Miss Nick was the one who was responsible for overseeing the whole thing.
Oh, I see. All right. I got another question right here.
Sure.
Is has your resort undergone any changes since this pandemic and things have been happening? What are the changes that has happened to your resort?
I would say some of the employees were not technically laid off, but they were asked to stay home for a certain period of time. Some of them stayed for 6 months, some of them even a little longer than that. But I think now the operation has been quite normal. You know, it seems almost everyone is back. Only a few people during the pandemic had resigned and they have left for other resorts. But other than that, things have been quite smooth.
Quite smooth and normal. So basically,
Yeah,
now is the new normal, right? So
it is the new normal because even in the capital city, I mean, like in Malaysia, you cannot travel interstate, right?
yep.
In the Maldives, you cannot travel from one island to another island unless you quarantine in that island. You have to quarantine for at least 10 days.
Oh, all right.
But
So
it's,
basically, it's irresponsible.
yes, so it's quite
It's,
normal over here now.
it's a normal thing. So
Yeah.
I guess that's all for the questions for today. Thank you so much, Mr. Ali Yamin. Your
You're
speech
most welcome. Thank you for giving
was
me some
rather
time
really nice.
to talk to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for having us too. Right. So let's move on to the next part, which is the Westin Maldives Miriandu Resort. Let's see what's the resort like right now. Wow, wow, wow. Take a look at that. Okay. Rather than luxurious, it also has like a lot of greens around it. And the ocean looks pretty clean and smooth. Makes me want to jump inside it. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about this video? Like this Westin Maldives Miriandu Resort. What do you guys think about it? Let me see in the comments. Oh, okay, nice, nice, nice. Oh, someone asked them to belanja also ada. Okay. Okay, so you guys like this resort too. So I bet you guys want to know more about it. So let's move and see what's next. Yes, second sharing session. We're going to be having a sharing session with Mr. Adam Shakir, Sales Manager, Maldives and Asia. Westin Maldives, Miriandu. Welcome, Mr. Adam. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you.
Oh, you're doing pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
All right, the
How are
floor
you
is all yours. Very good.
I'll start. I think I'll talk about mostly how the Maldives as a destination became one of the most successful story in 2020 internationally. You guys can ask me about the resort later onwards. I'll just give you a brief summary of how, as a destination, we became one of the most successful destination in the world. The Maldives is an Indian Ocean island archipelago, practically synonymous with romance, crystal clear water, sandy beaches. We normally see 1.7 million visitors per year before the pandemic happened. And in 2020 also, we had around 500,000, and despite the significant decrease, it marks as one of the most successful tourism stories amid the pandemic. Tourism contributes 28% of the Maldives GDP, which is one of the highest totals in the world. So we highly rely on tourism. The Maldives closed its border in late March with about 500 total tourists still remaining in the country. Many Maldivians, like myself, found themselves effectively stranded in paradise without jobs, without any paying income. So it was not a good time for many of us. While many other destinations slammed their borders, the government actually pre-planned and opened the destination in July 2020. The country's geography lent itself well to the coronavirus protocol. Like many hotels and resorts are their own private islands, which means it's one resort, one island where only the tourists and the guest stays. The locals are not allowed on these islands. So these protocols are very easy for isolation and social distancing. Infrastructure played a major role. Many resorts have private boat or plane transfers built in their packages, meaning that visitors who arrive in the country could go to the final destination without encountering many, if any, or other tourists. So there was less contacts. Countries around Asia and the Pacific have been more cautious about reopening than those in Europe and North America. So we had an advantage because of that. So many holiday destination just at Bali, Phuket, or Tahiti, they were off limits. So the Maldives took advantage of the fact that they are relatively in good shape with the virus. The place has been, since reopened, has done so well with the significant travel. For example, Thailand and Sri Lanka both required a mandatory 2-week hotel quarantine, but here you need to just come here with a negative PCR test, and that's it. But now, according to new rules, you have to do a negative PCR test on departure as well. 29th of March 2021, we welcome our 100,000 tourists in a single month for the first time since the border opening. We closed March with 106,567 tourists for the month of March, which is a record number for us. Our taking the advantage of, we create a travel bubble with India. So the number one tourist that's coming right now is Indian tourists, which has a 58,600 arrival to the opening, and follows very closely with Russia, Ukraine, Germany, and Romania, where the restrictions are minimized so they can travel easily. Furthermore, the Maldives is currently in the process of rigorous vaccination. We have been going on a vaccination campaign, like 14,898 tourism sector employees has been given the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine so far. So future looks good. As I mentioned, we have 100,000 tourist arrival, and as I mentioned, we open our borders quite earlier than everybody. We are making the most of it, and with the current technologies that Ali Yamin had mentioned earlier, things looks good for us. I think I conclude from here. If any questions, just let me know.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Adam Shakir. There's actually some questions for you. I got it right here. The question is actually, how can you increase resort sales, especially with now all this pandemic? How do you increase your resort sales?
Sales increase, we have to do tricks like from my resort, they're giving the free PCR test on arrival and departure, which we are packaging. For example, we're making 4 to 5 nights packages, and we include the free PCR test on arrival and departure, which is around $70 per person, and this is an attractive package for the clients. This is one of the things that we have been doing, and then we significantly lowered our rates from past years. The rates are quite low for the Maldives, so it's a very good time for you guys to visit Maldives, because the rates are going to go higher when things are back to normal.
That's very tempting. I feel like visiting Maldives already.
Yeah.
All right, so I got another question. As you know, now we're having this COVID-19 pandemic. So is there any plans for your resort? Like if this COVID-19 pandemic continues, what are the plans for your resort?
What do you mean plans? Future
like,
plans?
Is there any plans for you guys whenever, like, if the COVID-19 continues, is there any plans for you guys to like succeed, like proceed with your business right now? What will you guys do?
We have limited opportunities now to market also. Like we said, the physical meetings, travel fairs are not there anymore. So if these things continue, we will have to strengthen our safety protocols like we're doing at the moment, sanitations of the resort and PCR test and all those things. If this thing is continuing, the meetings and all those things will be virtual from now onwards. There'll be no physical meetings or anything. So in sales perspective, it's quite difficult these days, but we have plans and future plans ahead.
So you guys have plans for the resort, but it's for us to find out by going to Maldives, right?
You can come and find out. It is quite simple. The procedure is, we mentioned, you just have to fill the form from the website that you have a PCR negative test, which has to be done. 3 days in advance. You have to upload this on the website and then come with the confirm booking and return tickets. And it's easy as that. It's not that complicated to come to Maldives during this time as well.
All right. So I have another question, but it's a bit like a personal question. I would like to know, like, as long as you've been working in this hotel industry, what is the sweetest memory that you ever had and the worst memory that you ever had?
Sweetest memory?
Yeah, like the best of all the best.
Are you mentioning about the current place that I'm working? I have been actually working in the industry since
In this
2000.
industry.
But the best thing is that I meet people on a daily basis. I meet people. I meet people from different backgrounds and different professions. Get to meet them, increase my knowledge, uh, networking, and all those things. That's the best thing. And the best thing is that when you are rewarded for your hard work, like this year, I'm actually looking after the local DMCs, DMCs. So my most important role is to have a relationship with them. So getting a good feedback and good response from the guest is one of the things that we always look forward to, and we having a good reviews, and personally having good reviews from the guests. That's one of the good things that I can remember. Yeah. And worst things, I don't know really
None
about
of
the
them.
worst thing.
None of them. So basically, you enjoy your work and you like your industry so much, so you don't have anything to hate.
Well, there will be complications and issues, but there's nothing that I can actually point out that I hate about the industry.
Yeah, I mean, there's always up and downs, right?
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Mr. Adam
Thank-
Shakir. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it. It was nice talking to you too.
Thank you. It was nice as well.
Thank you so much. All right, so these are the prizes that you guys would win. Like you can win from the quizzes earlier. So I'm just gonna tell out the prize because we basically have the winners. So the prizes for the winners is first place you have. Okay, yeah lah, you have the Starbucks card lah. I show already lah. See, Starbucks card with me. Starbucks card worth of 30 ringgit for the first place. Second place, you guys will have a wireless speaker. It's with me right now, so don't worry, it's not running away unless I take it home. Okay. And third place, you have earphones. Don't worry, it's high quality. Okay, extra bass. You can see, stereo earphone. Cannot, not there. Stereo earphone. Okay. So these are the prizes for the first, second, and third place. All right. So for the winners, where's my drum roll? Okay, coming already. I'll start with third place. Third place, we have Hazira Raza. Yay! Okay, that's the third place. Hazira Raza, are you there? Are you there? Oh, give me free ticket. Sorry, it's not free ticket. I'll give you free earphones. Would you want the earphones? I think you are there. Okay, congratulations, Hazira Raza. You just got yourself an earphones. Stereo earphones. Very good, very nice. Okay. All right. We're gonna move to the second place. Any idea? Girl or guy? Nobody knows, alright. So, yeah, I'm serious. I'm not playing around. You're the winner at third place, You see? You're the winner. Alright. Second place, we have, where's my drum roll? Who's gonna get this speaker home? Who's gonna get? Okay. The winner is none other than Fire Fogras. Yeah, you're the winner. You can get this speaker back home. Yeah, you can get the speaker back home. Okay, I'm not gonna take it. Don't worry, Fire. This speaker is yours right now. Yeah, Table Pro, wireless. Wireless. This is yours right now. All right, so let's move on to the winner of this event. You'll get this 30 ringgit. It might not look fancy, but it's the most valuable one. 30 ringgit of Starbucks can give you coffee for you coffee lovers out there. Okay, so the first place winner for this Starbucks card worth of 30 ringgit is none other than, you want to guess? Anyone's confident to say they are the winner? Okay lah, I cannot tell lah. Let me tell you guys lah. Okay, it's Nurul Ashikin in first place. Congratulations, Nurul Ashikin. You get yourself a 30 ringgit Starbucks card. Don't forget to belanja me. Thank you. Just joking. Okay, you just got yourself a 30 ringgit worth of Starbucks card. Take it lah. You can take it if you want, Yeah. So those are the winners for today. Yay. Okay. Give them a round of applause. A lot of people saying congratulations. Yay. Thank you. Thank you too. All right. So let's move on to the next slide, which is I would like to thank you guys for joining our event. So as you can see, this is like the credit scenes. Thank you guys for joining our event. Special thanks to the advisors, Miss Nick and also Miss Nisha for advising and making this event happen. And thank you to the crew and team to make it amazing. They made this event, they worked hard for this event, and it's really successful. Okay, thank you so much for joining our event for today. I hope you guys enjoy this segment and this hospitality and tourism past and future event. Kindly scan at the blue QR code, not QR pay, for feedbacks. You can always scan, give us feedback. You can put any feedbacks you want. And if you would like to join the next event, I wouldn't tell if I'm there or not. But if you would like to join the next event, it's about F&B industry, the Chop Spoon, 6th of April 2021. If you guys would like to join, yes, please do scan the QR code right there. And if I'm there, I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for joining our event for today. I hope to see you guys next time. Stay safe, be responsible, always be safe. See you guys next time. I'm Shiaka, your host. Bye.